Hi, my name is Bonnie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy that you could join me today for my Pilates for Beginners series. And today we're going to be focusing on breathing, correct alignment, and of course our core. So when you're ready, let's get started. We're going to take a seat right at the bottom of our mat, and we want our feet and our knees a fist apart. And then you're thinking of sitting directly on your sit bones. We're going to lengthen up through the spine, hands come behind the back of the thighs. Then you breathe in. As you exhale, you roll the pelvis back and you're scooping the tummy back towards your spine. And when you can't go much further, you're going to place your hands down and walk yourself down, lay down on your mat. So we're going to bring our awareness to our alignment and our setup. We want our feet and our knees about a fist apart. And then we want to be lying in neutral. So we have discussed that before, but we're going to cover it again. We are placing our thumbs together, the heels of the hands on our hip bones, and the pointer fingers at the pubic bone. You breathe in through your nose, and as you exhale through the mouth, you gently roll your pelvis back, vertebra by vertebra. And then inhale to release. And this time we're going to go into a little arch if your lower back feels comfortable with that. We exhale to roll it back again. And what we want is for the tummy to just drop back with the spine and for the back to gently lengthen out on the mat. We release, and again we want just that little arch in the lower back. We exhale to roll it back. We inhale to release. And then we want to settle our pelvis so that the hip bone's on the same level as the pubic bone. We also want to think of the thighs just settling back in their sockets. From there, we're going to focus on our breathing. So we want to breathe in, filling the belly with air for the first 3 breaths. So we inhale, feel the belly rise, and then exhale through the mouth and feel as if you're letting all the air out as you do a long, slow exhale. Breathe in through the mouth, the belly rises. Long, slow exhale. One more breath like that. Deep breath in. And a long, slow exhale. Now in Pilates, we use that type of breathing for relaxation. And just to center ourselves and bring our awareness to the mat so that we can be focused on our workout for the day. When we want to bring our focus to keeping the core active, we do what's called a lateral breath. So I'd like you to place your middle fingers together, place your hands on the lower ribs, then you breathe in through the nose and feel your ribs expanding sideways. So inhale and a long, slow exhale. As you exhale, feel the ribs coming together and the back of the ribs settling on the mat. Breathe in. And a long, slow exhale again. So we're going to do 3 more like that. And what I want you to focus on is breathing into the back of the throat. Feel the back of the throat opening and then breathing all the air out. 2 more breaths like that. Breathe in. And a long, slow exhale again. And just 1 more like that. A nice deep breath in. And a long, slow exhale again. So now we have our pelvis in neutral. We have that little space under the lower back. And we have the back of the ribs heavy on the mat. And then we're going to reach our arms straight up to the ceiling. From there, we inhale to open our arms out into a T position. And you want to feel a lovely stretch through the chest and the arms. And then exhale to press back in again. Inhale, open out for 2. Exhale to press back in. Inhale, open for 3. Exhale to press back in. From there, we interlace our fingers, bring our hands behind our head. Now we want the pointer fingers at the base of the skull and the thumbs down the nape of the neck. And then we're lifting our elbows just slightly forward of our peripheral vision. And then gently lengthen the back of the neck and press the back of the head into your hands. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, you're coming up into a chest lift, supporting the head and neck. Breathe in there. Exhale, take it down again. Inhale. As you exhale, draw up into your chest lift. And as you lower, think of lowering vertebra by vertebra. And we're going to do one more like that. We're initiating from the ribs. And as we come up, think of going up and over your lower ribs. Lift a little bit higher and then take it down again. Now we're going to add on. If you feel ready to do so, you breathe in. As you exhale, initiate from the ribs. Come up into your chest lift. You look just over your knees. Inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, reach, and you can place your hands behind your thighs. Lift a little higher. Keep the height of your chest. Bring the hands behind your head and take it down again. 2 more like that. Remember to keep the head and neck resting heavy in your hands. Breathe in. Exhale to come up into your chest lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come up a little higher. Keep the height. Hands back behind your head and walk it down vertebra by vertebra. We're going to do one more. Breathe in. Exhale up into your chest lift. The belly draws down. We reach up on the inhale. Exhale, lift higher. Pull yourself up if you can. Hold. Hands back behind the head. And then slowly take it all the way down again. From there, we're going to reach our arms up to the ceiling again. Now we're not overreaching. We're not stretching up. We still want to feel the back of the shoulders drawing down towards the mat. And then open the arms out into a T position. From there, we're going to walk the feet in until the feet are right up against each other as well as the knees. And we're now going to do rotation. So we inhale to tilt the pelvis to the side and the hips and knees go with, and the top foot goes with the bottom foot. Now what we want to do is avoid arching the back here. So remember we spoke about closing the ribs. We're keeping those ribs drawing down and together. From there, we exhale, initiate from the ribs, pull back to the center. Inhale, tilt the pelvis to the opposite side. And you should feel a nice stretch here. The top foot again goes with the bottom foot. On the exhale, you initiate from your ribs. Feel the ribs drawing back, the waist kicks in, and then the feet come back and settle on the mat. We're going to do one more to each side. Inhale, take it over. And the opposite shoulder blade is staying on the mat. Exhale, pull back to the center. And last one, we inhale over in the opposite direction. We initiate from the ribs. We exhale, pull back to the center again. Well done. From there, we're bringing the arms down next to us, long and straight again, moving on to some core work. So before we start that, we want to bring the feet and knees a fist apart. And the reason we're focusing on this alignment is so that we can strengthen the body in a balanced way. We're moving on to our core, and we're starting the first set in neutral with that little space under our lower back. So adjust your pelvis if you need to. Check that you're in neutral. Reach the arms long and straight next to you. Breathe in. As you exhale, the right leg floats up. And we want that 90-degree angle at the hip joint and the knee joint. Inhale there. Exhale. Lower it down, keeping the pelvis absolutely still. Breathe in. Exhale. Float the opposite leg up. So we want the pelvis to stay nice and stable. No tilting to the side as we move the leg freely in the hip socket. We exhale. Float the right leg up. And breathe in. As you exhale, your abdominals hold as you lower that foot down, which helps to stabilize the pelvis. Breathe in, exhale, left leg floats up. Inhale there, and then exhale, lower with control. One more on each side, keeping the neck and shoulders relaxed. We float the right leg up. Breathe in, exhale, lower the foot down. Breathe in, exhale, we float the left leg up, and again we're keeping the back of the ribs down on the mat, and then we place that foot down. Now, for the safety of your spine, and because you're a beginner, we're going to work off neutral. So you breathe in, and as you exhale, you gently roll the pelvis back so that your lower back is pressed down into the mat. Just gently, we're not forcing it down. We've got the lower back lengthened out. We're bringing the arms next to us again. Breathe in. As you exhale, float the right leg up. And this time you're going to hold it there. Breathe in. exhale, float the left leg up. Nice and controlled, take your time. Make sure your lower back is still pressed down. Breathe in, exhale, the right leg goes down. Breathe in, exhale, the left foot lowers onto the mat. Now we check that we still have our lower back gently pressed into the mat. Breathe in, exhale, right leg floats up again. Breathe in, exhale, hold with the abdominals, left leg floats up. Inhale there. As you exhale, we take it down, nice and controlled. Keep that control. Breathe in, exhale, left leg goes down. Well done. You should have felt the work in the lower abdominals. If you didn't, next time focus on drawing that belly down towards the mat. So we're going to stay in our imprint with the lower back gently pressing down. We breathe in as you exhale, float the right leg up again. Inhale there. This time as you exhale, extend the leg, reaching it out long and straight. Breathe in as you bend the knee in again. Now we're checking that the lower back is still pressed down. We are drawing the belly down towards the mat. We reach for 2, extending and lengthening, and then bend the knee and draw back in. Just one more, keeping the neck and shoulders relaxed. We reach for 3, bend the knee, place the foot down. Once we've placed the foot down, check that everything is squared off. Again, gently roll the pelvis back, and then we float the left leg up. Now we're checking that the lower back is staying on the mat. We breathe in, exhale, extend the left leg for 1. Inhale, bend the knee in. We're holding with our tummy. As that leg moves away, 2, and draw back in. And if you do feel this pulling into your back, you take the leg higher. We reach for 3, bend the knee, and lower the foot down onto the mat. Well done. You've done so well thus far. Excellent. From there, we're moving on to our bridging. So we breathe in. As you exhale, you roll the pelvis back, gently pressing the lower back into the mat, and then peel away, rolling the pelvis up just halfway. Inhale there. As you exhale, remember we start rolling down from the top. So we keep the hips still. We start coming down from the top. We lay each and every vertebra down and lengthen all the way until you're back in neutral again. And for these, we want our kneecaps to reach straight up to the ceiling the whole time. We gently roll back, we peel away, we roll up halfway. We're scooping the belly back towards the spine. Breathe in, exhale, melt down, relax the neck, relax the shoulder, feel the chest soften, and then release all the way back to neutral again. Inhale there. As you exhale, roll the pelvis back, the tummy drops with. Peel away, roll up halfway. The knees are still reaching straight up to the ceiling. Inhale there. Exhale to roll it down again. Now, of course, we're going to add on. If you're feeling ready for it, we're going to go into the full bridge. So you breathe in. As you exhale, roll the pelvis back, and then slowly roll it up again. And this time we want to make sure that we keep the ribs drawing towards each other and that we're lifting those hips. We are pulling the knees a little bit away from us so that we're not putting too much pressure on our neck. And then we're thinking of drawing the pubic bone to the belly button, and we're lifting just a little bit higher. Inhale there, exhale. Again, keep the hips still. Start coming down from between the shoulder blades. Roll it down vertebra by vertebra. Lengthen all the way until the tailbone is heavy on the mat and you're back in neutral again. 2 more like that. Breathe in, exhale, roll the pelvis back, and then peel away, roll up. Again, we're thinking pubic bone to belly button. We're softening the neck and shoulders. We're pulling our weight a little towards our feet or over our feet. Breathe in, exhale, roll it down. Soft neck, soft shoulders, soft chest, and lengthen all the way. And remember, with the bridging, if you feel that you cannot move each and every vertebra, don't worry about it. It'll come with time. Sometimes if the back is a bit stiff, you might find that if you want to go down, we breathe in at the top and we're going to hold it there long. Exhale. Another deep breath in through the nose and long exhale. Last one more breath. Breathe in, long exhale, and then you're going to inhale there, Exhale, slowly roll all the way down. And lengthen. Back to neutral again. Well done. From there, we're going to roll onto our side for our side work. For our sideline work, we want to lie on either a long straight arm or a bent elbow supporting the head and neck. We want to check that we have that little bit of space under the waist. So remember, we were focusing on alignment today, so we want to make sure that we have that space and then that the top hip is reaching away just a little. Our feet are in line with our buttocks, and you're imagining that you're lying up against a wall. So the shoulder blades, the sacrum, and the feet are in one long straight line. Breathe in. As you exhale, you lift the top leg to hip height and we extend the leg long and straight in line with the body. And then bend the knee and we lower it down. And today we're just going to do a little hover. We lift and reach for 2. Bend the knee, lower and hover. And once again, we are looking for that beautiful stable pelvis. We don't want the top hip rolling back. We don't want to be dropping the waist. Last one like this, we reach, and now we hold it there. We lower, tap the mat, and lift 1. Drop, tap, lift 2. Drop, tap, lift 3. Drop, tap, lift 4. Just 2 more of these. We take it up 5. Lifting at the crease of the hip, 6, and hold. We circle forward 1, 2, 3, and reverse 1, 2, 3, and take it down. Good. We're going to bend it in. Now we want to reach both legs out long and straight. So this is more challenging. We're going to place our hand down on the mat, but we still want the chest wide. We want space under the waist. We're reaching both legs long and straight, ankle bone to ankle bone. We do want to draw the core in. Breathe in. As you exhale, squeeze the legs, float both legs up for 1, and then we lower. We're lifting at the crease of the hip while keeping the space under the waist, 2. And just 1 more of these, we lift for 3, lower the legs, bend the knees in again. Well done. We're going to come up and change sides. So for our sideline work, we're lying on a long straight arm or your bent elbow again. And we want to make sure we have that space under our waist. So we're adjusting. You could put your hand down on the mat, pull the armpit down towards the hip, or draw the hip up towards the armpit and check that you've got just that little bit of sunshine under the waist. Top hand goes on the top hip. Feet are in line with your buttocks. And again, you're lying against that imaginary wall. Breathe in there. As you exhale, bottom hip stays heavy, top leg lifts. And then we extend long and straight in line with the body. Bend the knee in and lower. Exhale, lift for 2. We lift at the crease of the hip and then reach. Bend the knee and take it down. Naturally, what wants to happen is the hip wants to roll back. So you're making sure that this hip, top hip stays nice and still. We hold there. Inhale, lower, tap. Exhale, lift 1. Inhale, lower, tap. Exhale, lift 2. Drop, tap, lift 3. We're drawing the belly back to the spine and we are lifting at the crease of the hip each time. Last 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and hold. We circle forward. 1, 2, 3. We're circling. The movement is in the hip joint. 1, 2, 3. Bend the knee in. Have just a little break there. From there, place the top hand down on the mat. We still want to keep the chest wide. We're not rolling the top shoulder forward, but keeping it back. And we extend both legs out long and straight. And you want them just slightly forward of your body. The bottom hip is heavy on the mat. We're going to take our time with these. We breathe in as you exhale. Squeeze the legs together, ankle bone to ankle bone, and we lift for 1. Inhale to lower. Draw the belly back to the spine, lift for 2. Inhale, lower. And last one, lift for 3, we hold, and then take it down, bend the knees in. Well done. Those are very difficult, and if you found that it was tough, that is perfectly fine. You will improve the more you try it out. So we're going to sit with our legs crossed, or remember, you can have the legs straight out in front of you if that's more comfortable. We're going to grow tall through the top of the head. Imagine that string pulling the top of the head up to the ceiling while the shoulders stay nice and relaxed. That's always easier said than done. From there, we breathe in, floating the arms up so they're parallel to the mat. We exhale to go up and over to the side for a beautiful stretch down the side. We're keeping both sit bones on the mat, and then we come up, back to our T position. We go up and over to the other side, reach, and draw back. We're going to do one more to each side. Lengthen, and then we go up and over. Opposite sit bone reaches down to the mat. Draw all the way back, and then lower the arms down. Today we're going to end off with a lovely spine stretch. So we're going to turn with our legs reaching out to the bottom of our mat, and we want to open the legs so that they're shoulder width apart, and then we wiggle back so that you're sitting directly on your sit bones. Hands come next to you on the mat. Now you lengthen up, sit up straight and tall, eye line straight ahead. We're going to flex at the ankle joint. So to do that, we're not pulling the toes back. The toes stay straight up to the ceiling. We're just flexing at the ankle joint, and then we breathe in. As you exhale, nod your chin slightly forward towards the chest, and then we roll forward, sliding the hands just to approximately in line with our knees. Breathe in there, exhale, restack and grow tall, open the chest wide. Inhale, exhale to take it forward again. Breathe in, exhale to roll it up, lengthen up and grow tall, lift your heart to the ceiling. And one more like that, we nod the chin to the chest, we take it forward. And this time we're going to walk our hands even further forward, down towards the bottom of the mat. We're going to hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, exhale to restack the spine, sit up straight and tall. Well done. I'm delighted that you were able to join me today, and you're making such excellent progress. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button and leave a comment.